Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Hope you're having a great day. I welcome you. Today I want to talk to you about Sombra, how she has changed for Overwatch 2 Beta. There was quite a host of changes and I want to go briefly over how she has played before, how she was played in like lower tiers, what the idea was, how you can improve on Sombra, could improve on Sombra, and how all these things have changed and translate into Overwatch 2. But now you have a 5 versus 5 game mode, where all the new map modes are coming out, where you have the complete different Sombra mechanics which you have to relearn. And basically also give you my first impression on how the new assassin style looks like on Sombra. I will go over this topic in a 3-part video series. Today will be the first part. So today I'll talk mainly about how what changed about Sombra. The second video will be how about Overwatch 1, how Sombra played in Overwatch 1, how you would learn Sombra in Overwatch 1, and the third and last video will be where I will be experimenting how this skills from Overwatch 1 translate into Overwatch 2. So I don't want to explain everything in detail since it's still a beta version of Overwatch 2 and things might change, numbers will change, but I will still want to go shortly over the core mechanics that are completely different from before. I think the two big changes or three big changes, I think we start with the first one is how invisibility works. So in Overwatch 1, you are invisible, you run faster, enemies can see you unless you get within 1 meter range, then you get detected, then they can see you in a half translucent way, and if you are further away than 1 meter, they cannot spot you at all anymore. Then if you do any action, except throwing Translocator, that's the only thing you can do while being visible. But every other action, shooting or hacking, will first take you out of invisibility, getting a small delay until you get visible before it starts. So here you see a hack, you get visible, then you hack, and you are now visible and stealth is on cooldown, so you can't re-stealth right away. It takes 5 seconds. On Overwatch 1, same as for shooting. If you start shooting, you get first visible, and then you start shooting, stealth goes on cooldown. You have a small delay before you can start shooting, and also additionally if you have a voice line that Sombra says that's hearable within 8 meter range. So when you just start clicking, you first hear the voice line, and then you can start shooting. You heard this domo because I have it set in Japanese, but the enemies will hear a different voice line from your Sombra, so enemies can detect you or notice that you appear behind them if you are closer than 8 meters. This action of course also applies if you run by and hack a health pack which is on the ground, which takes you out of invisibility first. You hack the health pack, you get this hack animation on the health pack, but you need to re-stealth first.
There are no secrets.
Now for Overwatch 2, the stealth mechanic has changed completely. You still can of course get stealth, you get the speed boost, but the detection range is now 5 meters. So you see right on this line, I was not detected before, but now I will get detected. The enemies can see me like a translucent form. So the detection range is much bigger, but you can now hack stuff right away without breaking your stealth. Hacking stuff does not take you out of stealth, and this is true for enemies and for health packs. Additionally, the voice line when you come out of stealth has changed, and you also decloak faster. But not only the stealth has changed, also the hack has changed. So before, when you hack the target, you can interrupt abilities. You will prevent the enemy from using abilities like your E or Q, the ultimate or the ability, for 5 seconds, and also activated passives. There are some passives you can cancel, some passives you cannot cancel, like Lucius Wallride, for example. As a cancelable ability, because every ability that requires a button press basically can be cancelled, and this is still true. You can cancel abilities, but you prevent enemies only for 1 second from using their abilities again. So instead of 5, you get only 1 second of ability disabling, but you get other advantages. So as you see, this hacking animation starts, and this hacking animation now doesn't tell you how long abilities are disabled. Instead, it tells you how long you get the other effects from hack. And this hack itself now lasts 8 seconds instead of 5. And the advantages you get are, first, you can see them from walls, through walls. It doesn't matter where you are. You can track them through walls, and you can also re-hack before the cooldown runs out. So you can keep target hacked, be stealthy, be fast. You do not trigger voice line, Even if you translocate, you still see them through walls for quite a long time. Another advantage is that you deal 40% more damage onto hacked targets. If I hack this robot before shooting him, you see that the time to kill is a little bit shorter. You deal more damage. And this effect is true either if you hack him through your ability or through your EMP, you will deal additional damage to hacked targets. And this is of course to counteract your mechanical changes to your submachine gun. In general, it does a little bit less damage, 1 damage less per bullet. So before it was 8 damage, now it's 7 damage per bullet. So your DPS got a little bit lower, but the spread also got a little bit reduced, so a little bit more precise, can shoot from a little bit further away. But of course, now you get a very good assassination tool. With your hack from stealth, with your hack staying active longer even if you port out, and of course with your extra added damage on hacked targets, which makes you a very effective killing machine. Shortly see the detected during hack, that's the same as for hacking targets, and the health pack will get the increased respawn timer for being hacked. So if you take it, it just respawns faster, you see it on the circle on the ground, it fills up a lot faster, but the hack itself lasts a lot shorter than in Overwatch 1. So you need to hack more frequently, but now you can do it while just running by without breaking stealth, so just do it on the fly. Another big change is to Sombra's EMP. So before it would destroy enemy shields and barriers only, and then apply the hack debuff to all enemies. So all enemies couldn't use their abilities or ultimates for 5 seconds. And this also has changed by a lot. So now what EMP does is it reduces the enemy health by 40%. 40% of the current health. So we shoot this bot down to roughly half. So it has 3.5 bars. This bot is full, or nearly full. Now when we EMP, you see this bot lost a little bit health. This bot lost a lot of health, same as Tracer. Lost nearly 2.5 bars, so 40% of damage through your EMP, and additionally all targets are hacked. The important thing about this damage list is that it is the same 40% damage regardless if it's a shield health or armored health or whatever. So if Zenyatta has 200 HP and it's 50 flat health and 150 shield, you still deal the same damage as you deal to a soldier with 200 health. You remove the same amount of health bars, every bar being 25 damage, and you remove the exact same amount regardless if it's armor, shield or health. So in general, with your EMP you become the ultimate killing machine, dealing a lot of damage to the complete enemy team and being able to continue dealing 40% damage to every enemy you have hit, and also of course continue to track them through walls like you do with a normal hack. And last but not least, the Translocator between Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1 is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. You can throw it with E, cancel it with F, leave it on the ground. The throwing cooldown starts as soon as the throwing out. So if you just wait, the Translocate is there, you wait 6 seconds, then you Translocate, you can throw it right away. But if you port right away, you will need to wait the additional 5 seconds. So everything like in Overwatch 1, nothing has changed for Translocator. This was the core changes for Sombra in Overwatch 1 in my opinion. So I explained them in a linear way of how a Sombra player sees them. So not like they are listed in patch notes like numbers, but more like how the changes feel mostly. And next video will be about how Sombra played in Overwatch 1 and how he would go through the different stages of learning between bronze, gold, plat, diamond, master and so on. And which skills he would kind of stack upon each other. So stay tuned for the upcoming video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see the changes. Bye bye.